Welcome back to Clash of Culture. Today we're going to be talking about today's game, the Pac-12 shootout between Oregon State and Utah. Two actually very good teams, two top 25 teams. Utah comes in 4-0, ranked number 10. Oregon State 3-1. Obviously, the loss to Washington State last week. They come in ranked number 19. Should be a heck of a game. So, Steven, I know you're a big DJU fan. What's your thoughts on this game?
Well, my thoughts on this game is to counter your statement. This game is not going to be a shootout. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
This game is not going to be a shootout. The over-under is at 44. That's very low. I think that's very low.
We're talking about like 22-22.
Yeah, like that is very low. But obviously Utah has one of the better defenses in all of college football. Their offense has looked piss poor. They won 14-7 last week against UCLA. Yeah. I expect it to be a low-scoring game. I don't think it's going to be that low. But I think it's going to be a good game. Utah, obviously the underdog for whatever reason. Obviously, like you said, I'm a big DJ fan, but I don't think Oregon State should be the favorite in this game. Even though they're playing at home, I think Utah is an experienced team. I don't know if Cam Rising is playing, so I'm not going to speak on that. We'll have to just see at kickoff tonight. There's been speculation the last 3 weeks he was going to play, and he hasn't suited up. So obviously, I think if Cam Rising plays, that furthers Utah's chance to pull off the quote-unquote upset. But I like Utah in this game regardless. I think they're a better football team overall, even with or without Cam Rising. I think the defense is going to play a huge factor. We saw DJ at Clemson not play too hot against the top defenses that he's played against. Obviously, against Notre Dame, he did not look very good. And I would say Utah's defense is, if not the same, better than Notre Dame's defense. So I think with him being at Oregon State now, he's obviously built a little bit of confidence. He lost last week against WSU in a shootout. But I think he's better under center, kind of in a pro-style offense. So I expect him to have a better showing. But I just think Utah's defense is going to be too much if Kyle Whittingham is able to drop some blitzes and make him kind of read the defense. I don't know if DJ is capable to do that. And it's going to be bright lights today. They're the only game on, only notable game. I know this NC State Louisville, but the only notable game on today. And this is kind of be their Pac-12 coming out party. If they're able to win this game, I think they have a real shot to win the Pac-12. I know they're 0-1 right now in Pac-12 play, but if you knock off the Pac-12, back-to-back champs, you have to get some sort of respect. Obviously, Washington State is undefeated, but I don't think they're going to finish the year undefeated. So I think they have a chance to make it to the title game if they're able to win this game. Again, I do have Utah winning this game. I'll give my prediction at the end of the video. I know we already gave our predictions yesterday, but what is your thoughts on this game, Dan?
Yeah, I think DJ, and we've talked about this a number of times, needs a big breakout game. Obviously, Oregon State has been really relying on Damian Martinez. He's averaging over 100 yards a game, but DJ's barely averaging over 200 yards a game, under 60% completion percentage. He really needs the breakout that I think we all thought coming to the Pac-12. We were going to see him really turn a corner, and we have not seen him turn that corner. For Oregon State to be successful, especially when you start to play the good teams like Utah, the Oregons, the USCs, that quarterback position is going to be vital. I think we all know DJ has all the skills, all the talent, but we really need to see him turn that corner. In terms of Utah, I think with Nate Johnson behind center, well, we've seen a little bit of a stabilization. I think his ability, his dual threat ability, has helped the Utah offense. Obviously, he's not Cam Rising, and I looked this up before the game. No official word yet on if Cam Rising is going to play. So I'm going to assume, and again, hopefully for Utah fans, this is incorrect, but I'm going to assume that he's not going to play this game. So I'm going to assume that Nate Johnson is going to have to be the starter. He's done a serviceable job. Not great. They are not an explosive offense, but that defense is nasty. We've seen what they did to Dante Moore in UCLA. They literally, a quarterback in Dante Moore that looked amazing the first couple of weeks of the college football season as a true freshman. You really got to see how much they confused him, how much that pressure threw him off, that Utah was just able to do things that other teams can't do. That defense is amazing. They are playing well. They already are getting after the quarterback in ridiculous numbers. And like I said, they just make life hard for any quarterback. And like I said, a DJ who's not playing great may have a hard time. Jonah Ellis already has 5.5 sacks. In 4 games. So we're talking about over a sack a game. This guy is dominating. This is going to be a heck of a game. I expect, like you said, the Utah defense to be the factor in this game, to be the determinant factor. I think they're going to pressure DJ into some turnovers. He's already thrown 3 interceptions in 4 games. I suspect that he's going to throw another one. I think they're going to force him into some bad throws. I think this game is going to be won by that Utah defense.
And it's crazy because as you were kind of talking, I was going over a few of the numbers. Something has got to give in this game.
Okay.
Oregon State averages 39.5 points a game, and that is top 15 in all of college football. And Utah only gives up 9 points a game, which is top 6 in college football. And to couple that, Utah has the number 4 rated rushing defense in all of college football, only giving up 50 yards a game. But on the other side, Oregon State has a top 10 rushing offense, running for 225 yards a game, and they average. One second, let me pull this up. I lost it. Let me see. I'm pretty sure they average Oregon State averages the most rushing yards per attempt in all of college football. They're either number 1 or number 3, I think it was. One second. Let me see. Right here. So pull it up, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So Oregon State averages 6 yards a carry, which is number 4 in all of college football.
Yeah, you look at this.
Running the ball.
Martinez is averaging 7.6 yards a carry. Fenwick is averaging 6.8. So, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, something has got to give. Obviously, Utah has one of the better rush defenses and better defenses overall. And Oregon State's been able to score and run the ball at will. So I think when you look at that, I mean, one of these teams are going to get stopped. Either Utah's defense is going to fold or Oregon State's offense is going to fold.
I think we both picked Utah, right?
Say it again.
I think we both picked Utah, right?
Yeah, I have Utah.
I picked Utah.
Yeah, I had them winning 24-20. In the live show.
Tell them, watch the live show video. You want to know the score prediction? Watch the live show.
I think you had it 21-17 or something, and I had it 24-20. But I think this is going to be a really good game to watch tonight. Obviously, we have the Louisville NC State one, but this one has more, I guess you'd say, playoff implications, and even Pac-12 title implications. So it's going to be a big game to watch. I think if Cam Rising doesn't play, and Utah wins, then I think it goes to show a lot about Utah's team as a whole, because at that point you have 2 top 25 wins on your resume without the best player on the field. Yeah. So I think that's going to be huge, but it's going to be a good one. Would you be surprised if Oregon State was able to pull this game off, even though they're the favorite?
I'm going to say if Cam Rising plays and Oregon State's able to pull it off, I'd be surprised. With Nate Johnson, I think the offense just isn't as prolific as it was last year. Again, no knock to Nate. I think he's a really good young dual threat quarterback, but he's just not Cam Rising in terms of experience, in terms of his comprehension of the offense. So if Cam Rising plays, I'd be shocked. Without Cam Rising, I still have Utah winning, but I think if Oregon State was able to pull it off, I wouldn't be shocked.
So, like I said, there's glaring differences on the offensive side of the ball. Oregon State's averaging nearly 40 points a game. They're converting 47% of their third downs, and Utah is only averaging 22 points a game, and they're only converting 37% of their third downs.
It's crazy, averaging 22 points a game and being 4-0. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when your defense is that good, obviously it's let me see if I can see the other side of it.
And that goes to show how good of a defense they have.
I want to see, is there a way I could tell what they're doing on third down defensively?
I mean, so the most points they've allowed is 13 in that Baylor game. Beyond that, really, we're talking about, and I don't even know in that Baylor game, I think they've only allowed 1 touchdown per game. I know in that Florida game, it was only 1 touchdown. I don't know in the Baylor game if it was a touchdown and 2 field goals. And then their next 2 games, to include UCLA, only a touchdown. They are dominating. That defense is dominating. And again, we're not just talking about bum teams. We're talking about a UCLA team that was ranked in the top 25, Florida team that is now ranked in the top 25. Obviously, Baylor has been up and down some years. And then I think they played Weber State. But, you're talking about 3 teams that we all know, right? Florida, Baylor, and UCLA are 3 teams that we all know. 2 teams were either in the top 25 at the time they played them or in the top 25 currently. So we're not talking about bum teams.
So just a fun fact here.
Okay. Yeah, you had the shocked look on your face for a second.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this, and unless I'm tripping, let me know in the comment section. But Utah has only given up 2 touchdowns this year defensively, and they're 4-0.
That's crazy.
You know how many touchdowns Clemson has given up, and they're 2-2?
How many?
3.
I didn't know they've only given up 3.
That's so crazy
sure?
to me. Yes. That's crazy to me. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I swear I saw Florida State score twice.
So, well, if you think about it, let me look at their schedule just so I make sure I'm not tripping, because I could be wrong.
I know I remember Florida State scoring twice.
So Florida State scored 2 times. Yeah, maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's a wrong stat. FAU. Oh, yeah, it has to be wrong. I don't know why. Oh, maybe that's the amount of times you score on defense. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the amount of times you score. I knew. I was like, that can't be right. There's no way we're 2-2 with 3 touchdowns given up. There's like,
yeah, I was about to say,
no way.
Wait a minute.
That's the amount of touchdowns that your defense has scored.
Okay.
So Utah has scored 2 times on defense.
Okay.
Utah has scored 2 times on defense. But then again, why is it up? That's why it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe the stats on ESPN is just a little off, but that's going to be our preview of today's game, Utah versus Oregon State. Those of you guys who stuck around with us this far in the video, please do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think of this game, who you guys have winning. Obviously, I have it 4-point game. My dad has it a 4-point game. It's going to be a good one. Our live show is going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live during the Alabama, Mississippi State, and Washington, Arizona game right around that time, so that way we can kind of recap all of the morning window games as well as afternoon games, and we'll talk about those while we're live. We look forward to seeing you guys all there. Hit that notification bell. We will see you guys then. Peace out.